As you guys probably already know, I cover a lot of robotic vacuums on this channel. That's why I partner with Narwal for CES 2024 to showcase their upcoming products and have a look around their booth. Not only did they update the Freo line with new advanced tech, but they also have a new state-of-the-art wet-dry vacuum coming that looks really nice. In case you missed my original video on the Narwal Freo, I will link it in the description as well as in a card up top towards the end of the video. But long story short, the Narwal Freo is easily one of the best looking robot vacuums on the market with a super modern design. It also specializes in mopping by providing leading downward pressure force, advanced mopping algorithms, and accessories such as the water exchange system that basically takes out all the maintenance involved when it comes to a robotic mop. This year, however, Narwal is building on this by introducing two new robotic vacuums, the Narwal Freo X Ultra and the Narwal Freo X Plus. While for the most part, they both do the same thing, each one is technically geared towards different use cases and demographics. Let's start with the Narwal Freo X Ultra, my personal favorite. The Narwal Freo X Ultra is the upgraded version to last year's Narwal Freo. It keeps the same overall aesthetic that Narwal users have come to love with its sleek and minimal design coated in the glossy white finish with slight hints of Narwal purple here and there. It also retains the cool touchscreen at the top that lets you fully control the vacuum without the need to pull out your smartphone. But outside of the aesthetics, the Narwal Freo X is an entirely new vacuum. It features a new AI engine that unlocks several things, the first of which is a feature called Auto-Targeted Cleaning with Dirt Sense. This allows for real-time dirt and dust monitoring. I was able to see a demo of this in action, and it's pretty crazy. Basically, as the robot is mopping, it's also scanning for dirt and grime. It uses built-in sensors to scan the water for particles and detect the color of the water. With these sensors, the Narwal Freo X Ultra will not stop cleaning until the sensors detect that the water being pulled up from the floor is clean. It will also automatically return to the base for self-cleaning if it detects that the pads are no longer clean enough for efficient cleaning. It's pretty crazy watching this in real time and seeing the sensor detect just how clean the water is, and this is definitely going to be great for people that tend to have a lot of traffic in their homes. One of the most impressive features on the Freo X Ultra is the zero tangling floating brush. The brush uses a special vortex-like design combined with tons of little bristle brushes. This design ensures that hair doesn't get tangled around the brush. And when I say ensures, I mean it literally is a 0% hair entanglement rate. Narwal also states that it can remove 99.56% of hair and it's certified by SGS and TÜV. It literally rejects all hair no matter how much is being inserted. Of course, these are lab tests and real world scenarios could be a bit different since every environment is different. Another improvement is the suction power, and this one is really impressive. The Freo X Ultra is packing 8,200 Pascal, which is one of the highest on the market. It's even higher than the Ecovacs X2 Omni I recently reviewed, which was packing 8,000 Pascal. Thanks to this increased suction, the Freo X Ultra can remove more than 99% of particles from wooden floors. I would assume since wooden floors are solid, this would also be applicable to tile flooring as well, depending on the type of tile that you have. What's crazy is even with this suction power, the vacuum seemed relatively quiet. Granted, there was a lot of noise going on being that this is CES, but even when I was right next to it, the acoustic insulation is doing a fantastic job at controlling the motors and suction noise. I know many people were turned off with the original Narwal Freo due to it not having a self-emptying dustbin inside of the base, and I would love to tell you that they added one, but they went with a different approach. But before I explain this new feature, I did ask the technicians at Narwal why they don't use self-emptying dustbins in the base, and the answer they gave does make a lot of sense. Basically, it's another part that can go bad over time. Since all of the debris has to make its way through winding pipes in order to make it into the dust bag located in the base, it leaves room for errors since these pipes will get coated in gunk over time. While some bases allow for easy maintenance of the entrance and exit of the pipes, none of them allow for cleaning within the base without the need of disassembly, which of course will void your warranty. The other reason is sound. Like I previously said, even with the high suction power of the Freo X Ultra, it's very quiet. This is something that Narwal prides themselves on since they want the home experience to be as enjoyable as possible. All self-emptying stations are loud since they have to ramp up the suction to extremely high pascals in order to clean out the robot. With that said, Narwal did want to improve the experience from the OG Freo, and they did that by introducing a new self-contained dust processing solution that compresses the debris inside of the onboard dust bin, allowing you to go a little longer without needing to empty the bin on the robot. It also ensures that odors don't escape, and of course, it eliminates any possible clogging within the base. As I said in the beginning, the base itself hasn't changed much, which is totally fine, since it's still the best design on the market, in my opinion. The one thing that the Freo X Ultra does differently is it now features dust bag drying, so when you're emptying out the dust bag on the robot itself, you won't get wet. Last but not least, we have my personal favorite part of any robot vacuum, and that's the obstacle avoidance. The OG Freo was good. Was it great? No, but it did a decent job at avoiding furniture and most large objects. This year, the Narwal team added tri-laser obstacle avoidance to the Freo X Ultra, and my goodness does it work good. It features forward and side sensors, so it can detect the distance of an object as it maneuvers around it. It's honestly one of the most impressive things I've seen on any robot vacuum. I did ask the lead tech why they're not using cameras so that way we can stream from it, similar to how Ecovacs and Dreame does. And once again, their response was on point. Since Narwal is big in the EU, having a camera on a robot vacuum can be perceived as a privacy concern, and Narwal wants to avoid any privacy issues. They also want people to feel as safe and secure as possible when using their products. Therefore, they choose not to use cameras for navigation, but rather multiple lasers combined with AI. Not only that, but camera-based obstacle avoidance tends to suffer in low light scenarios, whereas the tri-laser system they're using works the same in all lighting conditions. This was a great answer in my opinion, and it makes a lot of sense. So that's the Narwal Freo X Ultra. Now let's talk about the Freo X Plus. This is Narwal's more affordable option, being significantly cheaper than the Ultra, but at the same time packing nearly all of the same tech and features. There are a few differences though, so let's go over those now. For one, the Plus model does not have an all-in-one base. As you can see, it uses a more traditional compact dock specifically for charging, but I have to say it still looks pretty awesome for just a simplistic dock. It features 7,800 Pascal suction power, which is still very high, especially given its $469 price point. The biggest difference outside of the base and suction power comes down to it being more specialized for vacuuming while still packing a more traditional approach to mopping. Rather than using a rotating triangular disc like the Ultra, the Plus uses a traditional mop pad that can auto lift up to 9 millimeters. What makes the Freo X Plus's mopping capabilities different than other mid-range robot vacuums is that there are multiple water jets behind the mop pad to ensure it's evenly wet rather than a single centralized unit in the center. This ensures a better mopping experience. It also uses matrix cleaning paths, which enhance the carpet cleaning capabilities. Okay, so the last thing Narwal showed off at their booth was their brand new wet dry vacuum, which looks awesome. This is the S10 Pro, and it's available in two colors. You have the gunmetal gray color, and of course the iconic and super modern white with Narwal purple scattered throughout. Both look incredible, but that white one just looks so clean. The S10 Pro is a stick-style vacuum with incredible maneuverability. Not only is it extremely pivotable, but it can be operated in a near-flat 180-degree position, which is very unique. Both the MACH V1 Ultra and Tineco I reviewed a while back and compared would immediately stop working when going into this position due to the placement of the water tank. The way Narwal achieved this, though, is genius. They placed the water tank in the head of the vacuum rather than on the stick portion. This also makes using it easier since the weight seems much more proportionate. This, combined with the ultra-light materials they're using, means that the S10 Pro decreases the onset of fatigue by 42%. It features a beautiful screen for easy navigation and mode switching. The display also rotates whenever you place the S10 Pro on its dock, so it's easy to view the status. In terms of its cleaning capabilities, it's rated at 76 air watt suction efficiency with 17 in mopping pressure. Seeing the S10 Pro in person removing ketchup and other products from hard flooring was very impressive. But what's more impressive is just how the S10 Pro stores the dirty water and waste. The dirty water tank is on the back side of the stick, but if you look closely, you'll see two different tanks. Now, if the clean water tank is on the head, why would it need two tanks? Well, this is because the S10 Pro sorts and separates the liquids from the solids. How crazy is that? This means if you happen to suck up something like a piece of jewelry, or in my case, maybe a micro or SD card, I can clearly see it and get it out without it sitting in a pool of dirty water. The S10 Pro can also be used with floor cleaner that is loaded within the clean water tank, which is located in the head of the vacuum. The S10 Pro also features a self-cleaning mode when docked that uses hot water and heated drying. Narwal says it can kill 99.99% of bacteria inside and out during the washing process. As for routine maintenance, the S10 Pro is easy to disassemble and clean, which is something I'm happy to see. As for runtime, Narwal states that it can run up to 50 minutes, covering 3,200 square feet of coverage on a single charge, which is very impressive. Given all of the features, and with the price of $449, I think the S10 Pro is definitely going to be a hit. Look, I get it. I know that cleaning devices such as robotic vacuums and stick vacuums aren't super exciting, but the older that I get, the more that I appreciate them, and I'm really pumped for Narwal's new home products, and I can't wait to get them in my hands later this year to test them in a more traditional environment. I think they did a great job upgrading their current lineup and introducing a couple new additions, but what do you think? Will you be pre-ordering the Freo Ultra or going with the Plus? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to use the links in the description and pin comment to save $300 if you do decide to pre-order the Ultra. Other than that, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one.